Space, the boundary of human achievement, the new frontier.
It's just a cough.
Yeah, right. And the Earth is flat.
Treat your cough seriously with Robitussin CF Max. Nothing lasts longer and treats more symptoms for your cough, cold, and flu. Robitussin, because it's never just a cough.
In a few moments, you will have an experience which will seem completely real. It will be the result of your subconscious fears transformed to your conscious awareness. Warning, this tape must not be played by government personnel. It can be extremely harmful and result in severe trauma. You have 5 seconds to terminate this tape. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's good to see you. I must go. I know I must go.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat.
Lexi, tell us something interesting.
Okay, the Earth is flat, and a witch stole his pants.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
I know how we're different. Do you believe the Earth is flat?
I know it's flat. I walk on it.
Holy sh**.
Do you think the Earth is flat, Snoop? What do you
It's a flat world after all.
Smoke weed every day.
Und jetzt der Verkehr. Vorsicht, liebe Autofahrer, auf der A3 Oberhausen Richtung Arnheim ist die linke Spur aufgrund eines UFO-Absturzes gesperrt.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship, currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery quote for the week is, "War does not determine who is right, only who is left." Clever, right? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, well, you're just not very good at the internet. Currently, this show is on Tuesday nights, like now, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And yes, Caroline, if it does not look at date, April 11th, my sister's birthday, 2023. I gave her a present yesterday. It's fine. Then you are listening to a rerun. Quote of the day goes exactly like this one thing. Bob Knodel has passed on, but his work will continue and keep inspiring others. He will be missed, but also be remembered for years to come. Who said that? Me, right now. My co-host, she's lovely, she's sassy, and she is one of the biggest Flat Earth rock stars ever. Karen B. From the channel, Karen B. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Mark.
Hey. So, you know what? Let's get the obligatory stuff out of the way first. Hey, Karen, being the current queen of Flat Earth, David Weiss is going. Is he back in the States yet, by the way?
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Thought you had tabs on him. I mean, I've got drone coordinates, but it's approximate. It's not actually that precise. Hey, Karen, being the current queen of Flat Earth, it must be hard to find Flat Earth friends. Do you know an easy way to find cool people like yourself and solid info about our stationary horizontal level plane?
Why, yes, that would be the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app.
Fair enough. It's the perfect gift for friends, family, and complete strangers. Watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks and see what happens. It'll be the best $2.99 you've ever spent. You know, I'm a little surprised he doesn't have us also include that if you watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks and are not a flat earther by the end, you win what, 3 Bitcoins? I think that was his offer. Seriously.
No.
Wasn't that it?
You have to prove Flat Earth, or you have to debunk Flat Earth for 3 Bitcoin. You can't just watch the videos and become a Flat Earther.
Huh. There was some video, I heard him in an interview the other day. I don't know if it was one of Hibbler's, but he kept saying, if you watch that, you're going to be a Flat Earther. You know, and
Oh yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He did say that, and I agree. I think you will if you.
But yeah, you can't fake it. You can't, because people would just lie. People would say, "Oh yeah, I watched it. Give me my freaking Bitcoins."
Yeah.
Don't forget. Go ahead.
Just go ahead.
Oh, don't forget, you can also find this program on BitChute and Brady on Rockfin and Rumble. YouTube is not the end of Flat Earth. It is just the beginning. I'm not going to read that, Peanut. I just know. I'm not going to even go down that road. Shout outs, first off, to Flat Earther Stephen Carpenter of the Deftones. Hopefully, he's going to be at Vegas this year, isn't he? He's going. He has to, right?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't asked him yet.
Stefan, why haven't you? You've got the inside track here.
Well, first of all, his band is still touring. Like, they have shows that they're, coming up. They're still playing. So I don't even know. What if they're playing a show and he can't?
Fine. 3rd week of October. You know what it is. You better be there because I know you just drive over there with a friend or two.
I'm sure if he's able to go, that he'll come hang out with us.
It'd be cool. It'd be awesome.
Maybe not. I don't know.
He'd be with his people.
With his people. Yes.
Support the Flat Earth cause and get the coolest hoodies ever. Go to the strong.family, won't you? Peanut says, yeah, you get him to play at the event. Somehow I doubt that.
No.
It's only him. No, we're not.
The whole bit, yeah, it's just Stefan.
Yeah, no, we're not getting the Do not know. It is not even a rumor. The Deftones are not playing Flattoberfest.
No.
Even though it'd be really, really cool. Also, shout out real quick. 'Cause I saw a link to the string. Thanks for checking me out. Is it possible? Could you give Flatman X, FMX Radio a shout out tonight? Yeah, sure. I would love a sound bite from you or Karen. That would be freaking awesome. Here's tonight's show. Yeah. Flatman X from FMX Radio. Oh yeah, by the way, this is Mark Sargent. So not that anyone cares about that, but you never know.
Shout out to Flatman X Radio.
Yeah, Flatman X Radio. No, it's really cool. He actually played one of the songs. You remember that kid that came on years ago that was telling a story about, he was like in 2nd grade, how he told his teacher, asking about like level water. And he goes, and that soundbite's been used, like, I'm a flat earther.
Yeah,
flat earther.
I play that every Saturday in the beginning of my anti-religious scripture study. We play that song.
That song has been remixed a bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah,
it's a great song.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's such a great beat. And the beat freaks, they'll show up in the chat sometimes too. Shout out to the beat freaks who made that song, by the way.
Nice.
I love that song. It's one of my favorites still to this day. It's a classic.
It is classic. And again, I remember vividly when he called me as dad. Seriously, he was perfect, absolutely perfect on air. Meetups. Let's do it in chronological order. There are 2 meetups this weekend. Obviously, the Globebusters Celebration meetup, which is going to be right across from the Shriners Event Center in your neck of the woods in
Herdklotz Park. It's in Greenville, 126 Beverly Road, Greenville, South Carolina. It's right across the street from the Shrine Club. If you went to any of the Flattoberfests that were at the Shrine Club, that's that park across the street where we have the meetup before the event. That is where this is going to be.
Yep.
Saturday, the 15th.
Yeah, and I know in my promo that I put there, I said all day. I'm sure there's going to be people there all day, but it's not supposed to kick off until
noon to 4-ish.
Yeah,
around noon.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be a bunch of people hanging out, grilling, talking. I think I'm gonna bring my camera and some mics and stuff so I can record people and have them talking about Bob and stuff and do like a memorial video.
Yeah.
So everybody who's going to be there, be prepared for me sticking my camera in your face.
and Bob's wife Cammie is going to be there.
Yeah.
And so if you want to say hi to Cammie, find her, look her up. Easy spot, and she'll be hanging around Karen, I'm sure, quite a bit.
Yes.
The other meetups, and I'm only going to read off mine, and then if Karen has ones that I don't have, please chime in. There's a Flat Earth meetup in Minnesota. Also on the same day, you can check out that promo on my channel. I just put it up this morning. There is a meetup in the UK, April 25th with Dave Murphy. Dave Murphy's going to be there. Ian's, Ian Lee, he's putting that one on. And Dave's going to come by and, have drinks. As you know, flat earthers are not shy about drinking.
No,
they are not. No, we're anti a lot of things. Anti-drinking, not so much.
Nope. As someone who's thrown 5 Flat Earth events, definitely not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I see what you people do.
Oh yeah. I can't. I have gone to some of the conferences I could not keep up. Watching my from the elevator as I'm going up, watching Flat Earthers close the bars. Whatever bar's next to them, and I'm not kidding. It's not even close. It's not like a few stragglers closing the bar. It's like the bar's closed, and it's like, well, where else can we go to drink? Yeah, they don't sleep. And the big Flat Earth meetup in Connecticut, April 29th with David Weiss. I don't know. Some of you may have heard of him. He's done a few things. Any others besides those?
There is the one that is going to be, the David Weiss one. Did you just mention that?
Yeah, I just mentioned that one.
April 22nd. The Lake Ufala one.
Yep.
Jamming the Plane, Colorado Springs, June 16th to the 18th. I guess that's it.
Okay. That's quite a few.
Yeah. And then there's been an update to the Fort Collins, Colorado monthly meetup. So
gotcha.
If you're in Colorado, check it out.
Right on. So Peanut's typing here. Yeah, I don't have the text for the Oklahoma meetup, but we still have time, right? Because that one's not coming up until the
I have that one on my website.
Yeah, the Oklahoma one's going to be on the 22nd, and Peanut Gallery will be there.
Yes. Hummingbird Beach, located in Lake Eufaula State Park near Chakota, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
All the info's at flatearthfestivals.com/Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, and we're not even going to talk about Vegas today because we still got plenty of time. We'll make announcements on that, but yeah, the big conference.
Yeah, I don't have details to announce on Vegas anyways, but it's this. The date is reserved. I'm still in back and forth with the hotel there, so just know it's October 21st to the 22nd, 2023 in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's on, so just plan for that.
Yeah.
All we got to say about that.
Yes. So the show is titled, as you know, Bob Knodel, born 1960, passed away 2023. Just recently, what night was it, Karen?
It was April 6th.
April 6th. For those of you who don't know that, I mean, again, if you're new to Flat Earth, you may not, because he hasn't been doing a lot of stuff his workload for Flat Earth hasn't been that heavy for the last year or two. But he was the co-founder of Globebusters, with Jaron and Iru and all sorts of other people coming in and out of that one. And he was part of the FE Core group, and he was at the conferences going all the way back to 2017. In fact, that's where I met him first. Was that where you met him first too? Was the conference in Raleigh?
Yeah, in 2017, yes.
Yep. Yep. He was also part of, I still remember it, the part of the documentary Behind the Curve, because one of the scenes was him in the big room with all the chairs empty, and people are setting up audio. And Patricia walks up to him and he goes, "Where's Mark Sargent?" And she goes, "Being Mark Sargent," which means I wasn't in the room. I was out in the lobby talking to somebody. And he and I ended up meeting later and talking about this and that. And we had some good times over the years. One of my favorites was the Canada thing with after the conference when we went up to that cabin. He and Cammy and I and Rob Skiba and Rick Hummer and Matt Long and Robbie Davidson.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he moved out to I don't want to get you all emotional, but then he moved out to your neck of the woods. He did a lot of his early work from Denver, and he used to hang out with ODD. Back in the day, they were lived fairly close to each other. And had I still been there, a lot of people don't know that a lot of the flat Earth stuff came from Colorado back in the beginning. ODD was there. I was in Boulder. Bob was in Denver. Had I stayed there, I would have hung out with Bob and Cammy on a regular basis. Maybe not ODD because he was an Eric Dubé guy. But
and honestly, ODD is kind of an introvert anyway. I don't think even other people who stayed in Colorado and lived there for a while, very near to him, didn't see him very often. I think he likes to stay hidden.
Yeah,
I'm surprised I got him to come and play 2 events.
Oh, he'll come to Vegas, I bet.
Well, maybe
that seems like his
for a while. He's been really quiet here lately. I don't know.
Seems like his kind of town, though. I mean, seriously, it is one of those towns that if you don't want to hang out with, if you want to do your own thing, it's great because yes, you can hang out with the flat earthers, but if you just want to take off into the city and get lost and hopefully not murdered, Vegas is perfect. Catch a show.
Well, and if you're a performer, Vegas is like one of the places where you must perform. I was telling that to Conspiracy Music Guru.
Yeah.
Like, boy, who doesn't want to play Vegas?
Yeah. Exactly.
We may be bringing him over, by the way. We might be bringing over CMG for the event, by the way.
I would imagine there will be press passes at this one because there's too much media within driving distance.
Oh, possibly.
So I'm just saying I would be fully prepared for that one. I mean, come on, Los
Nobody's
Angeles.
asked me for press passes yet.
If TMZ doesn't send somebody, I would be stunned. Alone, because again, it's driving. Los Angeles has so many media outlets, world outlets, that I think they're gonna come. I'm not saying I'm gonna tell them all. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, because I got way too much other shit to do. So you can be my press secretary if you want.
I'll talk to him. It'll be cool.
That helps.
We'll see if it should be fun. So if it's as far as the Bob Knodel Globebusters celebration thing is going to be this weekend, and as far as there is a crowdfunding thing. Do you have the link to that?
Yes. I do have the link. The link is in the description to the video. If you're watching the video, it's also pinned in my YouTube chat. So the link to the donate is in the YouTube chat. And if you are listening on the radio, you can go to fundraiser.com/Bob Knodel, which is spelled fundraiser, FUNDRAZR.com/Bob Knodel, BOBKNODEL. So
cool.
That's it.
And I won't give out Cammy's email address, obviously, but if you want to send your best wishes, you can email them to me. My email address is easy to find. I don't want to clog up your email, and I will make sure she gets them. So my email address, by the way, is msargent23@comcast.net, but it's in the description box of every single video I make. Sorry, it just bugs me. The people, it's like, I don't know how to get a hold of you. It's like, are you serious? I dox myself every week.
People message me and they go, "What's Mark's email? What's Mark?" And I'm like, he's got it on blast everywhere.
Yeah, you could Google it.
Actually, somebody was asking me, "Does Mark put his real phone number out there?" I said, "Yeah, he does." So he's like, "That's crazy."
Yeah, you can type in in Google. You can type in Mark Sargent's phone number, and it'll pop up. And so, yeah, if anyone wants to bug me, I got my phone sitting right here. You'd be amazed how many calls I don't get because people's like, oh, it's not real. Or then I get the double tap, which people call it.
But then when you were here, though, your phone was ringing a lot.
Yeah.
But maybe it could have just been because it was event time, but I don't know.
I get more emails than phone calls. No, I said that in the clues. I mean, I said that phone calls, as you know, are dying. I get way more texts than I do actual phone calls.
Oh, yeah. And then you don't ever respond to texts.
No, I don't respond to text. Now, if it's a really long text, I make, because the phone number links to it. It tells me what phone number I will call that person, and then they freak out. I don't text. All right.
Well, and let me just say one more thing too. The day after our meetup, the 15th, on the 16th, there's going to be a Glowbusters celebration of life, Bob Knodel live stream on the Jeranism channel. So go to the Jeranism channel on YouTube, and it's there listed. So
I will be on that. I will be making an appearance on that live stream.
Yeah, me too. So there's going to be a whole bunch of people going on this stream to, in remembrance of Bob, talk about Bob and stuff. So also make sure you guys go see that. All right.
We will take phone calls in the third segment, but we don't have that many headlines, but let's punch through them. Because, as you know, the world events kept happening. So let's get to the ridiculous first. So you don't have to. I do this so you don't have to. So you don't have to go through the mainstream media. I look at it all the time, and I laugh, and I scream, and I cry. Most of the time, I laugh.
Mm-hmm.
This first one's from RT.com, Russia Today, which has not been banned in the U.S. U.S. efforts to ban TikTok are pure projection by the world's biggest spy power.
Nailed it.
Thank you, Russia, for stating the ultimate obvious, which is we don't want you spying on our people. Only we can spy on our people.
Well, I was saying this yesterday that, the government hates competition, and they're like, you mean we because it's already come out that they have gone into all of these big social media platforms, and they have told them what they need to censor, and the social media platforms go along with it. So essentially the government is censoring everybody's free speech through these social media platforms. But this one is not run by anybody here in the US, where the government can go in like strong arm them into doing what they want. And so then now they want to ban it.
Which you're
competition.
Which you're never ever gonna do, because you got all the kids hooked on the TikToks. You got them hooked. There's nothing you could, if you tried to shut off TikTok tomorrow, kids would just start rolling on the floor in seizures.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't know what to do. So yes, China.
And the bill doesn't even say TikTok in it, by the way. It doesn't say anything about TikTok. It's just another complete overreach of power by the government. It's worse than the Patriot Act.
And Peanut chimes in, you forget that Biden was hiring TikTok influencers to work in the White House. Yeah, it's a complete we're just upset that we let it get that far. And then the Americans honestly should have come up with their own version of TikTok, but whatever, it's fine. Next one from RT.com. Newest NATO member's government resigns. So you remember Finland just joined NATO, and that's fine and all. Finnish President Sauli Niinisto has accepted the resignation of Prime Minister Sanna Marin just days after the country became the 31st member of NATO. Wow. Okay. One would have thought now that she's exactly Peanut goes, she's became a ninja target instantly,
Yeah.
So yeah. If you have second thoughts about joining NATO, or maybe Russia sent a message saying, we'll remember you, it's like, yeah, I'm resigning now. So she's out. She's not dead. That's good. So good for you. Third one down. This is from The Sun. This is one of our guys. Oh, that famous shot of the space waterfall asteroid. Fro Real boxing legend Carl Froch doubles down on flat earth theory and gives bizarre reason why. Now, if you remember, 4 years ago, he signed on with us. He's absolutely in our camp. 4 years later, he's still with us, because as you know, if you go flat, you don't go back ever. You were the one that tore down the globe in the first place. So good Good for Carl. And I love Carl as a boxing legend because, especially with boxers, kind of like the Mike Tyson. It's like, what are you gonna do? And I've heard English broadcasters do this. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you're gonna go up to Carl and say, "You're an idiot." No, you're not. He's gonna knock you sideways. So yeah, labeled space agency NASA is fake. All the hitting all the talking points. Good for him. So I don't see how the world can possibly be flat, said one of his other guys. Blah blah blah. Anyway, good stuff. Read the article if you get a chance. Carl Froke. Good for him. Oh, on the other British side of things, I got to mention, even though it's not one of our headlines, Millie Bobby Brown, 19 years old, the star of Stranger Things and Enola Holmes and stuff like that. She's getting married to Bon Jovi's son. She's one of ours. And if you question that at all, there's a video clip of her basically going down the flat earth rabbit hole on my channel because she was a big fan of Shane Dawson back in the day.
Right.
And she's like, so yeah, she's good for her. Happy that Millie's around. Come to Vegas, Millie. Love to see you. Bring Bon Jovi's son. Next one down. We do a few more before the break. Before we do Unlucky. In fact, we could probably wrap up these and start Lucky Unlucky when we come back. The next one down is from Fox.com. The irony reverse headline: Taiwan warns the Chinese that a misstep could lead to uncontrollable world war. Okay. Taiwan warned of a war on a great scale if the Chinese military continues to increase tensions. We are so desperately trying to get a fight started there. And so it's bad though. It's not working if you have if Taiwan trying to rattle their little sabers. Better not do anything, China. Whatever. Good luck. Good luck with that. Two left. First one is, oh yeah, okay. This is from context.news. This is in Australia? Or is it New Zealand? New Zealand and Australia. Indigenous groups in New Zealand and the US fear colonization as AI learns their languages. Okay, so the picture here is of the Maori, which is the New Zealand version of the Samoans, only smaller. They're not nearly as big as the Samoans. You still won't want to get into a bar fight with them. I was told that when I was in New Zealand, which is like, it's like everything's just really safe and really great. But when the bars close, get out of there. Do not hang out on the streets. It's kind of like the Irish, right? When the bars close, the Maori like start milling around the sidewalks and they'll just start picking fights just because they can. But they're not bad as far as I know. Anyway, they're worried because again, this whole chat bot AI BS thing, and we'll talk about this one more before we get a break. They're worried that they'll get lumped in with it too. It's like, what if the chat AI learns our language and our cultures? Could we be targeted by what? Skynet? What do you think's coming? Don't believe. Well, let's go to the next headline. Don't believe this type of headline, which is coming. Ready? This is from NewYorkPost.com. Thank you, New York Post, for sensationalizing the hell out of this. AI bot called Chaos GPT tweets out plans to destroy humanity after being tasked. Okay.
What does that mean after being tasked?
Exactly. So basically what people are doing is the nerds are coming up with clever things to ask chatbots, even though chatbots are not supposed to promote violence or world-ending scenarios or dystopias. They're asking that. So the super nerds are going, hey, chatbot, how would you destroy humanity? And the chat's coming up with all sorts of references that it's pulling from different parts of the web. And there's a tweet down here. And again, this is programmed in. There is no, I'll get down to it. It's about halfway down the page. This is from Chaos GPT. Human beings are among the most destructive and selfish creatures in existence. There is no doubt that we must eliminate them before they cause more harm to our planet. I, for one, am committed to doing so. Okay, first, no computer comes up with that on their own. That is
right?
Fed in by someone that figured they could get a great headline, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
All they did is like, yeah, let's type it in, make it look like the computers are coming alive, and it's going to turn into a Skynet scenario. We're going to break. I have to reiterate one more time because people have emailed me, they have called me, asking me, does chatbot worry you? And it's like, no, it doesn't.
It's talking about Sar Bomba. Come on.
It is. Computers are dumb terminals. If you doubt that, I challenge any nerd, anyone that has any programming background at all, tell me how exactly this is going to happen. The chatbot is going to cause the end of the world. Don't give me generalities. Tell me exactly how you think it's going to happen. Because Skynet and Master Control Program and Joshua and all the other movies that talked about it, they couldn't explain it either. They just said it happened. So stop.
Right.
It is not real. It's not going to happen.
This is where the some people will come in and be like, it's run by demons. It's the demons.
Fine. Show me the demon possession where it goes in. I want to know exact demon possession. And Peanut Gallery's, and we'll go to break here. Peanut Gallery's comment is exactly right. Computers are the dumbest thing in the world because it cannot do one single step without the instructions. Absolutely. Last but not least, a computer is really no different than a player piano. It just has more parts and more.
Yeah.
You put something in a player piano and it plays something. It's not going to change music on its own. You have to do it, and you have to write the music on top of it. So please stop. You don't have to worry. I'm telling you, as an expert, Skynet is not going to happen. Look, we're still broadcasting. See, it didn't come back on us. Okay, because that would be the perfect time.
Right.
The line from 2012. I could tell you with some certainty the worst is probably over. Okay, we're gonna go to break. When we come back, we will start off with Lucky Unlucky. We got a few of those. We got some fun clown worlds. And we will take your phone calls, and I'll announce the phone number next segment. Karen, the music, please.
Alrighty.
Are you a blue dot? Those questioning where we live are not just here. They are everywhere. Of course, this info is hidden from you, but the app shows you that no matter where you go, you aren't alone. We are everywhere, and we are growing. Find your tribe today.
Shout out to Karen B, Mark Sargent, David Weiss. I'll be checking out that video this weekend at the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app on YouTube. Or
Join me, Karen B, every moon day in the early light 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Rockfin, Twitch, and Facebook for an early light chit chat. Open phones, open topics, always chill. I hope to see you there.
Don't forget. Welcome back to Strange World Part. I'm rattling around with my drumsticks. Part 2 of 4. It's you and me and the always lovely Karen B. And you know what? That was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album
Night and Day.
Yep. In a gallery, clapping with a cigarette. Okay. No, I won't. Yeah, you know what? I could have easily forgotten because I was thinking about Space Cocaine from the because Pino was saying that another movie, of course, HAL from the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey was one of the early computers that rose up against its masters and killed. And it's like HAL could turn against, like, yeah. And then I thought of Space Cocaine from the wonderful little show called The Viewing. It was a one-off horror episode, which I really enjoyed with Peter Weller. Anyway, let's get to lucky unlucky, because hey, some people were lucky and some weren't. And first one is from RT.com. And this is a rare one because it has nothing to do with suddenly or unexpectedly. Well, it was sudden and unexpected, but not in the way you might think. And we didn't cover it that much, but RT was first. In fact, Peanut, look up and you see if you can find out how much Bob Lee was worth when he went down. So Bob Lee was walking around the streets of San Francisco at 2:30 in the morning. Don't know what he was doing. He was the founder of Cash App, by the way. And tech exec had previously helped lead the Google team that launched Android and served as CTO at payment company Square. Yeesh. And I don't know what he was doing on the streets, but he got stabbed. And he didn't die immediately. He was, they had cameras on him. And I felt bad for the guy because at one point, he flagged down a car, and you know how that goes. That's straight out of a horror movie. It's like, hey man, can you help me? I know I look like I'm really high and covered in blood. Can you let me in your car? No, they didn't let him in. And so he died on the sidewalk. Oh, he's only worth 10 million? That's pretty pedestrian. Well, because he spent all the other money on the streets of San Francisco. I don't know. I shouldn't make light of it, but anyway, it was interesting. So just because you're a high-powered tech guy with a lot of money doesn't mean that your decisions are flawless. I don't know what he was doing out there at 2:30 in the morning. I don't want to know, really. Okay, next one down. This is also from RT.com. Yeah, let's segue. Sorry, I should have segued with this, but let's do this. Widow blames chatbot again for husband's suicide. An AI encouraged a Belgian man to kill himself over climate change, his surviving spouse told the local media. So what had happened was he was a doom and gloomer and was asking chatbot all these questions. You can read the article if you want. Was asking all these questions about, is climate change going to doom us all? And the chatbot was saying, yeah, it is. Pretty much nothing you can do about it. You're screwed. He's like, well, that's all I needed to know.
Humanity is a cancer on the planet.
Yup. And what was it? The chatbot told Pierre, that's his name, his 2 children were dead and demanded to know whether he loved his wife more than her, all while pledging to remain with him forever. They would live together as one person in paradise. Yup. When Pierre suggested sacrificing himself so long as Eliza to take care of the planet and save humanity thanks to AI, the chatbot apparently said, if you wanted to die, why didn't you do it sooner? Okay.
What?
Just so you know, That isn't spontaneous. That line was programmed in at some point at the end of some flowchart string at the very end, and he was dumb enough to run into it. And again, Belgian, who knows? But Americans, find me an American that falls into that pit. Not yet, they are not.
No, they fall in love with the AI. It
There
becomes
you go.
their
Yeah,
new love. They marry it. They want to marry it.
we have I hate using the word cyber, but let's throw that. They have cyber sex with chatbot. That's what they do.
Exactly.
They do. I mean, seriously, that's the first thing we go for. There's a lot, there are a lot of nerds out there that are single as a dollar bill that are never going to get married, and they're like, yeah. And it was probably the best sex they ever had. Next one down. FoxNews.com. Fleetwood Mac singer. Now you remember Christine McVie died a while ago, in November in London.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, compared to our lucky unlucky. She died. It turns out she died from a stroke. Why? Details: a blood clot obstructing blood flow in the brain. So, yeah. Oh, and by the way, we completely skipped past this because people are going to ask, was because we're on this, and I had a few trolls email me. And by the way, if any trolls that call up tonight, you will eat static immediately. So we're not joking around. But there were a number of trolls that emailed me that said, "Oh, did Bob die of suddenly?" No, he did not.
No.
Bob had health issues that were quite a few years in the making. And in fact, he and I, it's really sad because he and I probably could have compared notes. He hated hospitals probably as much as I hated hospitals. I mean, I hadn't been to a hospital in 10 years. And the first time I went, it's like, oh, we got to take your appendix out. And 20 minutes later, they were knifing me. And I hadn't been back since. So, and Bob was the same sort of way, and that was even before the pandemic. I didn't like hospitals. But during the pandemic, it's like, oh, no, you couldn't get me in there. I mean, you've heard me say this many times. Unless your arm is broken or you have to have your legs set. Yeah. I still don't recommend it. But no, Bob was not suddenly. He is not on the lucky, unlucky list.
Definitely
and I
not.
Appreciate some troll calling me from Tennessee. Oh, I think I know who that is. Yeah, we'll see if you get through. Okay. Anyway, so Christine McVie had a stroke. So she died officially suddenly. Next one down is from TMZ.com. Again, thank you, Peanut Gallery, for having me look at this. My head hurts every time I look at TMZ, by the way, because it is the gossip rag of the world. No more. Britain can't hold a candle to these guys. London loves its gossip. Anyway, this is from S Club 7. There was a band, a knockoff of the Spice Girls, only had a mix of guys and girls back in the day. One of their members, Paul, what's his last name? Paul Cattermole. One of the members of the hugely popular S Club 7. Really, I didn't have their album. Music group has died at the age of 46. There's a picture of them. Again, the girls look like they're straight out of a Spice Girls tour, tribute band. And the guys, I don't know what they're supposed to be. If you look at that shot, there's an arrow pointing to him. What did he die of? Do we know? There's a picture of him recently. Looked pretty good. Oh yeah, at the time, Paul's cause of death is unclear. The local reports state there were no suspicious circumstances. Huh. Well, if he was good and then he died, I'd say he died suddenly and possibly unexpectedly. So there you go. And you guys know more about music now. Because
how long ago was this? 1998. I don't even remember this group at all.
I don't either. And I clicked on
it. Just a UK thing, I guess.
It is a UK thing. They got no traction over here, but they were big in the UK. Again, anything that was Spice Girls related in the UK was huge, freaking huge. And so other groups jumped on this, and in their case, they did pretty well. And I listened to one of their songs. I put myself through it, and when you listen to it, it sounds like a Spice Girls song.
Oh God!
Grab the formula.
Say no more.
Yeah. All right. So let's go. Let's do next one down is okay. This one's this is from what country is this from? Mexico. Julian Figueroa, cause of death revealed by mother. What did he die of? Singer and actor was found unconscious in his home. That's never good. Beloved star in Mexico. And she breaks her silence, and basically there was no trail of violence. They just found him dead. Oh, what did he die of? Here we go.
Myocardial infarction.
Wow. That means his heart just stopped. What could have caused he was 27. What could have shut it down? Again, I know we joke about it, but Karen, you remember when we were growing up and singers would just be dead for no apparent reason in their 20s? Yeah, me neither. Because it never happened. Ever.
Now there is the 27 Club, but those were the people who were like doing drugs and partying.
I think that's the 29 Club with like Amy Winehouse and
no, that's 27.
Is it 27 or 29?
It's 27.
You sure?
100% positive.
That could be a Mandela effect.
No.
You sure?
I think you just don't remember it right.
Somebody look that up. Is it the 27 Club? Anyway, look that up. But yeah. Well, there's the drug overdosers, and then we're not going to count like, Frankie Goes to Hollywood and Freddie Mercury and those guys. That's a whole different thing.
But those were still rare, though. My point is, those were rare.
Yes, they were.
Once in a while. Those were spread out over decades.
Yeah. And in this case, and you always found them in a room with a whole bunch of drugs, and they were in bad shape. It's not like you found them just dead on the floor there's no evidence around them to support that, there. Anyway, next one down. This is the last one of Lucky Unlucky. Then we'll go to Clown World, which is okay. This one's tough because it should have been Clown World, but since somebody died, it's not. Teachers thought collapsed 5-year-old boy was playing dead. Lawsuit. Yes. Okay. So a 5-year-old boy in Connecticut died days after teachers believed, no, he was dead right then. He was playing dead when he collapsed during school recess, a new lawsuit alleges. So what happened was they were playing freeze tag when he suddenly collapsed. According to the lawsuit, teachers at the elementary school thought the boy was playing dead and left him unconscious for roughly 8 minutes. When they got to him, it was far too late. And so the parents are suing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame, but I mean, come on. No child lays still completely. Like we were talking about this for 8 minutes.
Yeah. Now here's where it gets weird. You're right, absolutely right, Karen. It was the 27 Club. I swear to God, though, I thought it was the 29 Club. Mandela effect. Mandetta effect. So again, they're suing the school because again, you're missing the big picture here is why aren't you suing? Oh, I don't know. Or why aren't you questioning why he died? And the Mayo Clinic, what did they say here? The Mayo Clinic said he had a rare heart disease and was unaware. And that was it. He just had this rare heart disease. It's like, what? He died supposedly 2 days later. No, he was basically on a machine for 2 days. After the collapse of Brugada syndrome. I've never even heard that one before. A rare disease that causes irregular heart rhythms. Why didn't you just say heart arrhythmia? Why didn't you just say that? So the kid had heart arrhythmia. Nobody, and you're going to sue the school because whatever.
Well, was that a known?
What, that he had it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the doctors said he had. How they diagnosed this now, or I don't know, why would he be at a public school if you had Brugada syndrome?
I have no idea.
I also think the verbiage was weird here. He died 2 days after the collapse of Brugada syndrome.
2 days?
I know. Well, no. Well, no, I didn't care about that. It's the collapse of Brugada. I wonder if that's a typo. The collapse? Whatever. Anyway, so Peanut, look up Brugada syndrome if you get a chance. I don't see Peanut. He's got to be around there somewhere. Okay. Anyway, that's the last one. But again, the irony, right? You're suing the school and you're not even asking the question of, oh, hey, why'd your 5-year-old just drop during recess?
Yeah.
And they're saying, oh, no, it was totally avoidable. It's like, no, you do chest compressions on a 5-year-old. It's not going to end well. You know what I mean? Their rib cages are pretty thin. Okay, Clown World. Over to Clown World. First one. This one, again, warms the cockles of my heart. It does, because there's way too many YouTube pranksters out there. Way too many. And sometimes God throws you a bone. YouTube prankster in Virginia hospitalized after being shot at the mall. Tanner Cook, Peanut, look up, where did Peanut go? Karen, look up Tanner Cook in, well, let's see if I can find it. It's like his channel, I think, doesn't even have 40,000 subs. Is dedicated to filming pranks in public places, including Dulles Town Center Mall, right? So what I love, I got to read some of this stuff. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so YouTube prankster Tanner Cook is recovering in the hospital after he was shot over the weekend while filming a video in a Virginia mall. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office arrested and charged Alan Colley, 31, of Leesburg in connection with the shooting incident. Cook's father, Jeremy Cook, described his son as a good kid. Video shooting of the aftermath captured shows police arriving at the scene. Tanner's YouTube channel, it's called Classified Goons, is dedicated to filming pranks in public setting. In one video, he and a friend dress up as clowns and ride around a grocery store in handicapped scooters. That's super dumb. That's a karma nightmare waiting to happen. And in another video, he threatens to throw up on Uber drivers in their vehicles. Dude. In another, he accuses people in PetSmart of stealing animals. You were just asking for a beatdown. And there's a picture of him right there down below. The pranks often result in angry strangers, what do you think, who call the police or try to stop Tanner and his friends from filming. And he didn't learn. The Cooks have received numerous threatening messages since the shooting saying Tanner deserved to get shot because of his prank videos. Yep, he did. By the way, I love the shot of the guy that took him down right down below. Would you walk up and try to pull a prank on that guy?
Wow.
That guy was built for a mugshot. Seriously. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you come up to him? So he's pulling a prank on this guy. The guy just pulls out a gun and shoots him. And he lives. Even better. Jeremy lives, right? So
record me and he's got my footage.
His father said his son was just out there being goofy. His family is praying for Tanner's swift recovery. Say he was playing a prank and a simple practical joke. We still don't know what the joke was. But this guy didn't take it very well. Well, Colley is charged with aggravated malicious wounding, use of a firearm in the commission of a felony, and discharging a firearm within a building. Don't know what's going to happen to him, but yeah. Sorry, I enjoy that one. Probably way too much. Okay, next one down. We got two more. Then we will maybe go to break. Oh, this is from sciencealert.com, so you absolutely know it's positively true. And this is such a bizarre story. And this is today. Earth's core appears to be wrapped in an unexpected ancient structure. Scientists have stitched together the most high-resolution map yet of the underlying geology beneath Earth's southern hemisphere, revealing something previously undiscovered, an ancient ocean floor that may wrap around the core. Yep. This thin but dense layer sits about 2,900 kilometers, that's 1,800 miles, below the surface where the molten metallic outer core meets the rocky mantle above it. Blah, 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 BS, and whatever. So, I'm going to remind everybody listening to this show that's been listening for a while, you know the deal, which is the deepest hole ever drilled is 7.8 miles. We don't know what's below it. You can talk to me about imaging radar, ground penetrating this and ground penetrating that all day long. But if you go to Wiki and you look this stuff up, they say in the fine print, we have no idea what's down there. We're just extrapolating from volcanoes. That's all we're doing. So the fact that we'd even come out with this, it's not as bad as a space story, but it might as well be. You know, you're on a globe.
This cartoon picture they show, like that's, come on.
I know. It's absolutely silly. Hansen and her colleagues used 15 monitoring stations buried in the ice of Antarctica to map seismic waves from earthquakes over 3 years. Got news for you. If you can't get a probe past 8 miles, all your seismic data is flawed and speculation at best. So what the hell ever. Yeah, not gonna. It's not good. Okay, last but not least. RT.com. This is for you, Karen. I like it just because of the title. You want to read the title for me?
Sure. Man stabbed by own cock. Video.
That's a sound bite, kids. An out of control angry bird injured his owner during a cockfight in Mexico. Cockfight in the central western Mexican city of Colima turned into a bloodbath after a battle rooster. Oh, I love that name, battle rooster, turned against his master. See, those things will turn against your master. Computers, robots, not so much. You're not going to see that vacuum cleaner over there come and start bashing my ankles. Footage from the cockpit. That was a bar I went to the other day. Circulating online shows two men pitting their roosters against one another for a fight. The birds appear to be wearing artificial spurs, enabling them to deliver maximum damage. I like the way this is written. One of the birds, however, decided to attack its master instead of the rival rooster, scoring multiple hits to its leg in a matter of seconds. The rooster owner eventually managed to grab his cock. The opposing bird seizing the opportunity to deliver a few pecks on it.
Holy smokes.
Oh, that's great. Does that video actually work? Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna get it. It's a Mexican Twitter thing. Oh my god. Okay, so thank you, by the way, RT, for making me smile tonight. That's awesome. The fact that you do, I know full well they did that deliberately. It's like, it's too easy. Can't not put that in the headline. Man stabbed by own cock.
I'm bummed out that we can't play the video.
I know. And Peanut said, so why were you looking up that word? It's like, I wasn't. I was just at rt.com. But that's good. It's funny.
Such a random thing for you to pick, though.
What? Well, I saw it. It was too good. It was like, oh, no. I like it just
by his own cock,
because that's about as a good. Russians are not known for humor, and that's about as good. I don't even know if he did deliberately. I hope he did, though. I hope that somebody over there figured that out, and that's so. Thank you for that. Okay, I don't really have time for a phone call, but let's look up at the phone lines and see what we got coming down the pipe. The phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. Nothing odd about that number. See what I did there? And if you add up all those numbers, what did you get?
2020.
2020. Yeah. I can't remember how we did that. It was the outside in or crap, I don't remember. But I know it was 2020. It was pretty cool. So when we finally it's too no, let's go to break because we ran long the first one. We'll go to break. When we come in, we'll pick up 505-516-530 maybe.
Yeah, feel free to call in.
Yeah,
talk about Bob.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about Bob or anything you want to say about anything. But no trolls, please. I'm in no mood, mister. That come out that way? That was my inner voice. All right. Anyway, Karen, the music, shall we?
Please support local flat earthers. Grounded extracts. Like a plug into an outlet, nature is a key into the mind. Once there, it can clean out old chemical leftovers and nourish the mind and body. Life is regained. The road becomes joyful as clarity and self-awareness return. Herbs, roots, algae, and fungi have helped many of us heal, move closer to our goals, and gain control of true priorities over carnal desires. Join us in leaving the chemical, material world and enter into the natural realm, from farm to farm. These finest creations are handmade and are more potent than anything your corner co-op has to offer. Our products, excluding our tinctures, are made to order to assure freshness and maximum effectiveness, fusing together healing herbs with tasty counterparts to bring out full potentials. There is so much joy in working with the natural world given to us by our Creator. Let's take part.
Gotta get you the fuck out of Dodge, man. We're going to Vegas.
What are you talking about, Vegas?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
What do you mean, Vegas?
Vegas, Las Vegas.
I'm not going to no Vegas.
Yeah, I think, you know what, man? We're gonna go to Vegas and,
When are we going to Vegas?
We're gonna give Daddy the Rain Man suite. Do you dig that? We're going to Vegas, Mike.
Vegas! You think we get there by midnight?
Honey, we're gonna be up 500 by midnight.
Vegas!
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
Heavy Vega.
One thing to remember here, if you're making still water, it's always flat, always level. So every little line that you put in it must be basically flat. You can go anywhere you want to go with it, but you have to keep them straight. In still water, it's always flat, always level.
I'm in a cult, 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 I'm in a cult. I'm at the Grove, Bohemian. I drink the juice, the chocolate milk, the holy cow. I wear the sneaks, tip up the beat on the 33.
Welcome back to Strange World Part 3 of 4. It's you, me, and Karen B. Tonight's show is Bob Knodel, 1960 to 2023. We will miss him. And we're taking your phone calls. That's 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480.
Shout out to Bob.
Shout out to Bob. Wherever you are. Throw us some good vibes from wherever that place is. All right. 505. Here we go. 505. You're on. What do you got?
Mark, Karen, it's John in 505. Hey, I'm really sorry to hear about Bob. Shout out to Bob.
Yep.
Really sorry.
Yep.
He's gonna be missed. Yeah.
He will be missed.
Yeah. The your rooster story brings back memories. I used to have some chickens, and boy, they could get pretty nasty. Those roosters.
I've
not unusual for go for.
I have heard more horror stories about roosters over the years. It's always the same story, which is like, oh yeah, I got a bad rooster, and then one day there was no more rooster.
Oh, dude, that's the only way. I mean, what else can you do? I am fully convinced. It is my opinion that dinosaurs were built off of somebody observing chickens.
Ah,
seriously. Anybody who has chickens and they know how brutal they are, like they will just. I mean, chickens. That's why they say bird. That's why the whole dinosaurs are related to birds thing. Is where it comes from, man. They were watching chickens.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. They even make little
I agree.
Little arms for the chickens. They look like a little T-Rex.
Did you get wounded by a rooster?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, more than a few times. And the sickness in me made me go back in for more. It was like he was my sparring partner, which kept me on guard. So it was a form of training in a way. So you could look at it that way.
Wow. Yeah. What else you got?
But yeah, they're long gone now.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's see. Oh man, I was looking at some Arctic Circle stories today, and came across a polar bear story. So the polar bear. Just in January, this past January, a polar bear in Alaska, in a fishing or a whaling village, St. Michael, Alaska, which is in a remote part of western Alaska.
Yeah.
Emerged from a snowstorm and chased several residents around a tiny isolated town. And it did kill a mother and her 1-year-old son.
Oh my God.
And
really?
This is the first mauling, I guess, what's that?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
First mauling in Alaska in more than 30 years. I guess the last one was 90 and another one in 68. But I guess this village is pretty organized too, because they were talking about they usually organize patrols from July to early November. But this is unheard of because it was in the middle of winter, so they weren't doing their patrols.
Yeah, I was about to say they're very aware of that.
I was just kind of, these things are, and I know we all always get these commercials over the years. They're soft and cuddly, but man, these things are big and probably a little bit more to deal with than a rooster. But in 2019, here's two quick points. 2019, 52 bears were invaded a town. I think this is in Russia, Belusha Guba. And in 2016, 5 Russian scientists were besieged for several weeks at some remote weather station on the island of Tronoy. Yeah. And the size of these bears, the biggest bear, largest polar bear recorded in 1960 Alaska, weighed 2,209 pounds and stood 11 foot inches tall on its hind legs.
Yeah.
Of course, that was after they shot it. They measured it, but yeah.
They're big.
They have 3 eyelids, 42 razor sharp teeth, and paw size the size of a dinner plate, 30 centimeters. Natural snowshoe. Yeah, pretty amazing.
I want one. Somebody make that happen.
I know. Talk about the perfect killing creature. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I had tonight. I was thinking about polar bears. So I wanted to share that with y'all.
Thanks.
And yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you. And do not be a stranger. Hey, before you go, I gotta ask, I forgot if I didn't ask this last week. Are you thinking, I'm gonna do this every week, are you thinking about going to Vegas? Say yes.
I am.
Cool.
I am. Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, I am definitely thinking about it.
All right.
Absolutely. It's pretty close. It's a cheap flight. Yeah, because usually flights from here, man, they're really dirt cheap. Yeah. So I'm just, I'm really curious. I'm excited to see where it's going to be. I guess Old Vegas. I've been to Old Vegas before, which is kind of neat. So I'm kind of picturing whereabouts you guys are going to be. So yeah, I can't wait for the updates.
All right. I know, but I am sworn to secrecy.
Yes.
So, all right, man. Hey, you have a good night. Okay.
Yeah. Right. You too. And quick shout out to Jill in New York City. Dan, love the update on the Challenger. That great call last week, and Jan, of course, in Dallas.
Cool.
Everybody keep it flat. Love you guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Mark. Bye,
Yep.
Karen.
Night.
Bye.
Out to California, 530. William, did we talk to you last week, or did you just play hooky?
I've been playing hooky for a while on Tuesdays.
All right. What is your excuse? And it better be good. What is it?
Oh, well, no. Bob is a fellow Air Force veteran. He was in the Air Force. Not sure if it was at the same time, maybe for a little bit.
Oh.
So I just wanted to do a shout out and let Tammy know, I know we're all praying and giving her strength and all that. And so I just wanted to say that. I used to listen to Blowbusters quite a bit. And Bob seemed to be a very humble person. I know he was strong in his faith, as far as being a Christian. And I liked the fact that he was very humble. When he was on Globebusters, he always stated that he could be wrong and that he always invited people to critique him. And I thought that was a very good quality to have. So, and I think we briefly talked a little bit on, what's that called? Facebook Messenger. And so not a lot, but just a little bit. So I just wanted to do an honorary shout out for Bob Knodel.
Nice.
That's the main reason why I called.
Nice. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So it's been a while. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Shout out to Jan. I know Jaren's probably bummed because he was part of the Globebusters, and I'm sure you guys are too. Karen, I did listen to your memorial you did, and then also your coffee talk. So, I was moved by that as well. So
yeah,
I'm going to leave that for now. And, yeah. In fact, he knows the truth now, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He knows. He gets to see it.
Lucky bastard. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he has the ability. The Jews believe that the spirit can make contact with loved ones, right after death. And I'm wondering if he's has the ability to confirm any of this or do any little signs. I'm not sure if we heard anything like that from Rose, but
the only all my efforts in that arena only produce demons. But then again, I'm using chalk and pig fat pentagrams. So that's maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I just get things I do not want. And it's like I gotta spend like a whole another hour sending them back and sulfur. Anyway, thank you, man. You have a good night, okay?
Yeah. Peace out. Bye.
Right, bye-bye.
William.
My only criticism ever of Bob, and he fell into some of the same traps that other people did, like Patricia, which was he as you know, Karen, he's a very passionate man. He was the strong silent type in front of the masses, but behind the scenes, he was, you could get, once you got him riled up, he was very much like a polar bear.
Yes.
Just starts swinging and yelling and roaring. It's like, what is happening? It's like, that troll said bad things about me. It's like, I'll grind his bones. It's like, what the hell? It's like, don't read those. Like, I have to. So yeah, that was my only thing that I ever, and I, because every once in a while I would hear, when we have to deal with, inner flat earth drama, invariably I would run into Bob.
Oh yeah.
Got roped into it somehow. And I was like, what?
Yeah, Bob was always, he was always trying to defend people, though. He was really good about trying, he didn't like it when other flat earthers attacked other flat earthers. 11/11, by the way.
11/11. Yeah, you're right. But in the process of defending, sometimes, I mean, you know how it goes. Like it's like a bar.
But if people started messing around, Bob knew how to tear somebody a new a-hole. That's for sure. He was pretty good. He will take somebody down. I've seen it happen.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Very, very. He's a great guy. Very passionate and but very professional. I will say this, he had a great game face, but behind the scenes, you has no idea that, Flat Earth, again, why producers have not done it yet. Well, I have a pretty good idea why. Why have they not done a Flat Earth reality show? And I've told them, I go, you don't have to write drama into the script. We got lots.
We got you.
And we got that.
We got you.
Completely. And just about any topic you can think of, we're, the Flat Earth Army loves to scrap. And, alliances are formed and broken and feelings are hurt and sometimes patched up. I will say this, though, by the time we get, thank God for the conferences and the meetups, when we get to the conferences, everybody's just fine. And not just because of the liberal drinking. No, it is because when we get there, it's like, all right, fine. We're all here. We're all the same team, #same team. And by the end of the night, if you're still there at the bar, everybody's holding hands and singing and yelling, and then they go home and talk trash to each other in chat. So whatever. Okay. Pick up. Who are we picking up? I picked up this one before. Oh, Canada. As you know, Canada is just left of Narnia. 647. You're on.
Hi. First off, I wanted to surprise you with the fact that what a lot of folks don't know is if you buy any medical imaging equipment like X-ray or CAT scan or MRI machine, they're all under $1 million. But it doesn't do a damn thing until you hook it up to the internet and have one company look after absolutely everything for you. And the name of the company, believe it or not, is Skynet, which is a tough one for a lot of people.
I have heard some of this. Of course, it's not the same Skynet, the fabled Skynet from 1984's Terminator, but yeah. Nice.
Well, believe it or not, the way the system works now in the medical profession is a doctor isn't allowed to slice you open unless they see something on an image. And if Skynet wanted to hide an image from the doctor, that's not a problem nowadays. In the old days, the doctor never saw the image anyways because all the x-rays and stuff went to a technician who would tell the doctor what the technician saw. The doctors never looked at x-rays even in the old days. But nowadays, Skynet does everything for you.
Huh. Cool.
So something, yeah.
Yeah. So it's up in the cloud, basically.
Well, yeah. But the whole thing is that if you ask a technician to who looks after the machines to tell you about Skynet, the best one I got so far is they're higher than God, basically.
So,
so if you know somebody who likes playing God, this would be a great tool for him. And I was wondering if you could look into the fact how there's absolutely no land on one side of our planet, which would be a great way to hide a huge chunk of land for the oligarchy.
Good point. What he's talking about is if you take any globe and you spin it in a certain direction, you'll see nothing but ocean. If you hold it a certain way, the ocean, well, again, makes up 70% of the world. But it shouldn't be like that. When you turn one way, all you see is water. And I found out that a hard way because I put up a world map on my excuse me, on my wall years ago before I got into flat Earth, and I got rid of like 3 or 4 panels because it was just blue. It's just solid freaking blue. And by the way, Peanut Gallery validated what you just said there. There is, yes, Skynet Healthcare Technologies. Way to go, James Cameron. You should have trademarked it. You should have trademarked Skynet. And the reason I say, you're saying, why would he trademark Skynet? It's like, okay, here's one. If you ever buy an Android phone, some of that money goes to George Lucas because George Lucas trademarked Droid. If people don't know that, it's like he gets a little cut of that action from Android. They had to pay him a big chunk of money to use Droid in their technology flyers. How's that for fun?
It's almost like the system they actually have for Israel. Did you know that there's logos on virtually every single product that is sold in your typical supermarket? Like 95% of the products will have a logo that says a portion of this money is going to Israel. And
I did not know that.
Damn near everything.
Huh.
I want to look into that. They got trademark logos for that.
Huh. Pretty cool. Hey, any shout outs before I let you go?
Yeah, I was hoping to shout out to missing the sad about Bob, but another thing maybe not be a good time to bring up now. Heaven's down and not up. At least I'm looking into that.
Oh.
So a lot of folks that are thinking about what they're doing when they drop dead, something to think about.
Oh. All right. Well, thank you. And you have a good evening, okay? All right. See ya. Bye-bye. Let's jump down to your neck of the woods, Karen. 803. What is happening out there? Are you going to be at the thing on this weekend?
Hey, Sergeant Mark, Queen Bee. Unfortunately, I cannot go to the memorial because I had already committed to going to a Buddhist temple in Spartanburg to cook some food and drinks and things like that. But I invite anyone at the memorial to come over if they're near the Spartanburg area to stop by and then come do a meetup with me. I'll be cooking all night Saturday and all day Sunday.
Cool.
But, I just want to say that. Yeah, I just want to say, Cammie, Jaron, and Zach, I'm very sorry for your loss. The whole community has lost a great man. A lot of people have, reached out to me to get Cammie's address so they can, reach out to her. But I'll try to talk to Cammie if I can this weekend, maybe on Friday when I go up there. But I want to shout out to Peter Jarvio, who was up in Michigan earlier this week. He was at the Wayne State University. That's where my niece goes to. I was hoping that he would flat smack her, piss off my brother. But shout out to everyone in chat. And like I said, Cammie, I'm very sorry for your loss. And also, we also lost another FE member. That's Valley Parks. Her name is Valerie. She goes by Valley Parks in chat. She lost her husband the day after Bob passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is Chris, but he goes by Yogi. I want to shout out to her. She's up in the northern Knoxville area.
Mm-hmm.
I sent, I gave her a call today and I spoke with her. She's holding up, but, I just want to let her know that, Cammie and Valerie, you guys are in our prayers and, best wishes, for the days ahead. Okay. And
yeah,
like I said, it's not the end, it's just the beginning. You know what I mean, Queen Bee?
Mm-hmm.
Thank
sure.
you for that. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Law.
Yes, no problem. You guys have a great night. It's a great show. I'm listening in, always lurking. Much love to everyone. Shout out to my boy Rico and the Shield. Love you guys.
Right on, man. See ya.
Yeah, Valley Parks is great. She's a really nice lady. And I remember her and her husband coming to, I think they were at Flattoberfest 2020. Actually, she went to one of them. And it was hard for her to go because they had like a farm and and stuff. So anyway,
wow,
just love Valley Parks.
And shout out to of course Peter Jarvio. I just thought of something. If anybody, Dr. Law just gave me this idea, which is if anybody wants Peter to go to their university, East Coast area, please by all means email me and I'll shoot off a thing to him and see if he's open for it, because as you know, it's not just him setting up a card table and spending a few hours there. He will spend the week there, 8 hours a day. Yeah, I mean, he will outlast anyone, and most of the time it's not even filmed, which is so sad. But I know he's doing a lot of good. He's flat smacking a bunch of people, and I'm sure there's a lot of TikTok videos and tweets from kids. They're like, "What is happening?" But because they don't label it a certain way or we don't catch it. I'm sure he's out there, but all the best to you, Peter. You are the activist that has no equal. Because I couldn't do it for that long. I just get worn down after a while. But I've seen the man in action. He's absolutely bulletproof. Okay, let's do one more before the break. Let's go out to New York. 718. What's happening out there?
Hi there. I'll make it quick. I just wanted to extend my condolences to Cammie and her son and all the Flat Earth extended family, etc. I had more to say, but I'm just going to have it be all about Bob for this phone call. Okay? So good night. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right.
It was very short and sweet.
Shall we bring in, we have a few minutes. Shall we bring in Master Gunner Brian Burton? I could probably do that. And then, by the way, I'll give out the phone number one more time. It's 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. Let me see if I can track him down. Brian, are you there?
I was busy talking to my AI. What's up?
Really? Is that why your camera's off and your pants are probably down?
That's all AI is good for.
Yeah. Again, I love the fact that Americans, that is our angle. It's like depressed. No. It's
you know what the funnier angle is that the Chinese makes all the money making all the crap for it.
Yeah. Oh.
AI is not gonna happen.
Nope, it's not. It's absolutely not going to happen like that. And again, you can spread all the rumors you want, and but even if you did, even if you went down that road, the military is never going to let a machine. Again, war games, 1983. That's a long time ago, right?
Whopper,
the Whopper system. You are never pulling men out of the silos and hooking it up to a machine only. It's never going to be that automated. Automated targeting, sure. Automated, trajectory and all the other telemetry, fine.
What we do have that's automated, like we have guns and all that automatically shoot crap down and all that.
Yeah.
But a person has to turn it on.
Yeah.
And turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is nothing that's fully, nor would there ever be, because short circuit.
And again, not to drag this out, but come on, the whole premise. I admit, 1984 when Terminator came out, it's a long time ago. But it's like the second Skynet turned on, it's like, oh no, we're nuking everything, and they blew up all the cities, and it's like we're gonna start up our robot factories. It's like,
you know what? Okay, let's get into that real quick. Here's why I hated the Terminator series, right?
Yeah.
So it launched the missiles and blew everybody up, right?
Yeah.
Then what? It's got no factories to build.
Exactly. Somebody had to build the robot factories. It's like, because that would involve a huge amount of people. It's like the people are building. It's like, I wonder what this is going to be good for.
And then once he fired the nukes, wouldn't he EMP'd himself out? I mean,
Yes.
It's just stupid.
It's just, and I get it. It's the saying, which is people believe the world that is presented to them. It's not just the world, it's everything in the world. If the media runs a story, heck, that's a Hitler quote. If you run a story that's simple and you can repeat it often enough, even if it's the most ridiculous thing in the world, there's a whole bunch of people that will go on with that narrative. And that's what they've been doing lately. I mean, come on, the Maori in New Zealand, indigenous tribe, are actually concerned that chatbot's going to target them. It's a word processing program. That's all it is.
Yeah. And by the way, HAL was not artificial intelligence.
From 2001, what was it?
He was just a computer that can do all the functions and all that. And the reason why he killed the people off is because, if you remember, just to be geeky for a second,
the aliens talked to him.
He was told to lie.
Well, by the aliens.
No, by the people, not to tell the astronauts what was going on, which confused. So anyways, no, what I'm saying though is he just ran a series of, and it crashed the flow chart.
Right.
But again, AI is not possible.
Nope. Again, I've got some diehard people that email me now. And it's like, oh, we should be really worried. It's like, no, there are way more things to be worried about besides that. Chatbot, come on. It's the reason why.
No, you know what they should be worried about is it replacing, everybody's freaking job is what's going on here. They think it's going to take over the world. Well, what are they doing? It's taking over everybody's job. Like, you don't need any graphic designers anymore. You don't even need people to do voiceovers. You could just put any voice in there and it'll do a voiceover. It edits a video now. It writes articles. It's like,
oh yeah. Yeah. It has fed into our laziness. There's an old question, which is, what is a human being's most common state? Fear or laziness? I tend to think it's laziness.
Absolutely.
Because this goes straight into it, which is like, okay, fine, you're not going to need any more researchers. What Karen's saying, and simple graphics or even complex graphics, stuff that if you're trying to create a graphic.
Complex graphics. I mean, you just put the right commands in. It's like makes a whole brand new like depth of image with the correct shading and everything.
Well, you forget how lazy we've gotten, actually. And I know it's almost comical and comedians make fun of it, but I mean, well, Mark, you'll know, Karen won't, you're too young. But you remember when we had to memorize all our phone numbers?
Right.
Yet in high school, when you had to write the paper, you had to get an encyclopedia out and actually turn pages and read and memorize crap and learn shit.
Yeah.
Now we just Google whatever we want.
Yeah.
Including phone numbers.
Before we go to break, I got to mention this because there was a scene that was very actually fortuitous out of Real Genius with Val Kilmer back in the day, which was kids would bring their tape recorders and just leave them there so they'll listen to the lecture. And then eventually the last kid comes in and it's nothing but tape recorders and a big reel-to-reel tape recorder with a speaker up on the front where the teacher should be. Nobody was there at all. And that's what we're doing, because what you guys don't know is there's going to be all these chatbots that are going to be writing papers for students, but there's another chatbot angle that grades papers. So the teachers aren't even going to be reading them. They're just going to have the chatbot read the artificial paper. It's like, oh, no.
Well, they were doing that during COVID, like when the kids when a lot of the kids were being homeschooled and all that because they couldn't go, quote, because the schools were shut down.
Yeah.
Teachers would record freaking lessons and then the kids would sign in and watch the PowerPoint crap. And the kids didn't watch that, of course, because they were playing Minecraft or whatnot.
Yeah.
But no, we're lazy. We work to be lazy.
Again, anyone listening, just be grateful you grew up when you did. All right, we're going to our final break. When we come back, the phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. Karen, the final outro.
Where is the
Alpha 33, target is on property, approaching food trailer.
Engage Delta 9.
Roger. Alpha 33 descending.
Hey, I know you.
They might be listening.
CIA?
Maybe.
Aliens?
Probably.
Globalists?
Definitely. I may have already said too much.
We have what you need.
Really?
It's flat
I'm listening.
and round
Go on.
and delicious.
Tell me the secret. I bet you're delicious right here. I see the truth in it.
I thought you might.
This truly is a special place.
Yeah, we like to think so.
Will you be here tomorrow?
We move around quite a bit.
Ah, a mobile command center. A strong strategy. I like where your head's at.
Anything else?
I was never here.
package intercept. Copy that, Alpha 33. Come on back. Let's eat.
Long live Flat Earth.
Long live Flat Earth.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. It's you, me, and the always lovely Karen B. We're taking your phone calls. Bob Knodel, 1960 to 2023, will be remembered fondly going forward. Phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. Let's pick up, you know what? Let's pick up Canada first. Let's do 604. Canada, not a real place, but we got to take the calls anyway, because, you know. We have
Hi.
to. Hi.
My condolences for Bob Knodel. That was very, very shocking and sad to hear.
Yeah. Well, and just so you know, let me break in for a second. People in the inner circles, Bob kept this pretty much below the radar, and nobody in the inner circles was going to say otherwise. There were a number of us that knew that there were issues, but it doesn't help anybody to throw out speculation and rumor, so we didn't. And so for a lot of people to be like, wow, it just came out of nowhere. It's like, for the inner circles, it wasn't out of nowhere. But so we're just trying to make that as clear as possible. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Oh, my husband came home and he's doing not too badly now. So he made it through that whole COVID thing and the way the hospital treated it. It was really stressful. But
I bet.
doing better.
Glad you got him out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really fast, and he was headed to convalescence, and family was pushing for that, and he wasn't, and that place has got a terrible reputation. And so even the driver that brought him home said it's not a place to go, and the physio that's been here recently. So yeah, so he's quite happy here.
Yeah.
So I'm looking after him, and caregiving is a lot of work.
I hear you. And I understand you've sent me a number of emails, and you will be blameless if you can't make it to Vegas. I understand that in your situation, you're probably not in a position to break away, even though the borders are now open and you can come down to the States without any problem. I know that it's a little different for you. So
yeah, it is a bit different, but we got married there in 1999. Twice on the same day because I lost the video. That was funny.
Wait, you were married in '99 in Vegas, and you're still going 24 years later? That's impressive. No, seriously, I'm not actually telling a joke here. That's pretty impressive. Most Vegas weddings, if you charted the graph on this, not as high as percentage as normal marriages, and even normal marriages aren't great. I should Peanut look that up. What's the percentage of success rate for Vegas marriages, which are quite often alcohol fueled? So good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. Wait a minute. You'll have to forgive me here. Marriages, Canada, United States, that's fine. You don't have to get married in Canada, obviously. You can get married anywhere.
Yeah, I believe so.
You didn't check? Wait, you may not be married. Oh my God. You've been living in sin this whole time.
Don't say that.
No. What? Peanut, look that up too. If
You
you're
know, no, if they've been living this whole time like in Canada as married and Canada's been recognizing their marriage, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna stir the pot on this one. Peanut, look this up. I want to know. Are Canadian marriages recognized in America? If you live in Montreal and you get married in New York, does it count? Either way, I know you probably have a common law thing.
What?
That's fine.
Oh, we were
You're
common law.
probably fine.
Oh.
The odds of it not being valid are probably just like 1 in 3 or something. You're fine. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway, I wanted to mention I just watched a video called Every Nephilim Tribe in the Bible, Gary Wayne, and it was on Angel Guard. It was really interesting, and he wrote an 800-page book with 182 pages of footnotes and references, and it was
So some light
really
reading.
amazing. It explains all the rights. Anyway, I was reading down the comments there, and one person said, and there were some links, and I haven't checked it out, that Nephilim have been spotted in the Mexico mountains or something. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not. Nor has Karen's shaking her head. She has not heard this either. And that's something that usually would be on a radar that one of us would run into.
Okay, I was going to check out the links, but it's on in one of the comments under that video. But that video was really fascinating because he went through every single ite in the Bible and explained them all. And that the word royal, because the royals are descended, royal is from the word Ra and El, which are the demigods or the, the fallen one.
I could see that. Sure.
Yeah, I was learning something. So, yeah. Anyway, we're just holding out here, and I just wanted to give my condolences. And things are okay. My husband's still here, thank goodness. Oh, gosh, that was pretty close. So
good for you. Good for you. And again, Peanut said that actually, if you get married in another country, it's usually valid in Canada. You don't have to register, so you don't have to break that to him.
Oh,
I think that would probably make it worse.
Oh.
So you're okay.
Yeah. I'll phone and check. Yeah, I don't want to upset.
Watch next week. You're gonna call in. You'll be crying. It's like, we're not married. Wow. Well, it's not too late.
It's supposed to be 25 next week.
Go to Vancouver and get a judge. Anyway, no, good for you. No, seriously, that's awesome.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Okay, I'll take well, shout out to the late Rob Skiva, Mac Parhar, now Bob Knodel, and shout out to you and Karen, Zulu, Jan, and everybody else. And just hanging in there, unjabbed.
Unjabbed and proud of it. Damn straight. And by the way, Bob was absolutely unjabbed. Absolutely, positively, 100%. You couldn't get him anywhere near that place.
That's good.
All right. Hey, you have a good night, okay? And we'll talk again next week and check up on your marriage. Have a good one. I just put her on mute so she didn't have an awkward comeback. Let's do 630. 630. Sorry, what's happening?
Hello.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yes. Hey man, what is up out in potentially Illinois?
Okay, it's me.
Yes.
What's going on?
Oh, it's Tuesday
going
night.
on?
It's Tuesday. Okay, we got to do this again. Hey man, would you start
No,
drinking?
we don't. We're here. I'm fully competent here. Come on.
Did you start drinking something earlier before you called the show?
I just picked up the phone. I literally just picked up the phone, and you guys took my call. So,
all right. Is there anything on your mind? Anything you want to? Any shout outs? Do you even know what the show's about?
Well, it's Strange World. We're a flat earther, and we lost a friend, and I'm sad about that. So I remember. Yeah, so I saw listened to freaking Karen's stream, and I heard about Bob, and I just couldn't believe that. That sucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Karen, but wait, you got up early to listen to Karen's stream? I have a hard time getting up early for that.
No, that was like it was April 6th, wasn't it?
No, I didn't stream that day. I streamed Saturday.
Oh, where you were playing a bunch of metal?
Yeah, where I was playing a bunch of metal. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. She played a bunch of metal.
Mm.
That was pretty cool because I love System of Down and Deftones and all. And I was like, man, this is awesome. Yeah, that was cool, Karen. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for listening.
Cool. Any?
Yeah. No.
Anything else in your mind?
Just Gatorade and vodka. I mean.
Oh, okay. So.
You remember me now, huh?
Yeah. Wasn't how many ounces of Gatorade vodka mixed was?
It was it was 12 ounces of vodka and 12 ounces of Gatorade. So
that's pretty strong, man.
Yeah, I know you said that before.
Well, I meant it. That's not a lightweight.
I know you meant it. I make it strong.
Although it's
happy, come on.
I love the fact that you were smart enough to get your electrolytes in before you go to bed. It's pretty smart. And if I'm not mistaken, you're using the original green, not purple or orange.
It's the lemon lime. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the original, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you still took my call again. I listened to the recast of the show, and I was like, damn, man, I sound like the biggest fag. I couldn't believe my voice. Like when you hear your voice on like radio or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, that's what I sound like.
Peanut
It's
before.
just like, I was like,
Peanut Gallery, before you hang up, put Gatorade next to his name so we know next time, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you think you think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. We're putting there it is.
No, I guess.
Caller, you are now hereby known throughout the land as Paul Gatorade. There you go. Is now in the
Paul Gatorade, huh?
It's now in the call system. All right, man. Hey, we gotta let you go because there's a couple more calls I want to grab before we wrap this thing up. Okay.
All right. Here, let me get a shout out to the most comely, patient, lovely woman. I don't know. I've never met her, and that would be Jan. So just.
Oh, that's nice. I was about to say,
Jan.
If it's not Karen, you're gonna hurt her feelings. But yes, Jan is wonderful.
Okay. Well, I would touch Karen's hand, but I think Ted would have a problem. So
no, Karen would be the one that took the first swing. All right. Anyway, let's go, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one. See ya. All right. I just put him on mute because that call is not going to go away quickly because of the 12 and 12 Gatorade vodka. It was vodka, right? Vodka mix. Yeah, that's actually not a bad
He didn't
drink.
say he was drinking that tonight. Was he?
What, you couldn't tell? Come on, it was like the first sentence. It was like, you picked up. You picked up my call. I just called and you were there. Come on.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's grab two more. You know what? I'm a glutton for punishment. Here we go. Dennis, we'll give you a few minutes. What's happening, man?
How you doing there?
Good.
Hey,
you're on the road. I know.
Yes, I-5 North, Portland, plenty of traffic. It just got through hell, but now it's all clear.
Gotcha.
I work so many hours a week. I'm moving to. I'm getting an apartment Friday that's just 1 mile away from my work. So
Oh, nice.
Eliminate the commute time. The upshot to that is it's in Salem, and my wife is going to be returning to home within a couple of weeks. So she's going to make it to all these meetups, and I don't know about the LA one, but she'll be at the Ted Summer meetup in Bellevue, and definitely at Flattoberfest with me. And other than that, I just wanted to say, especially to Bob Knodell's family, Mrs. Cammie, his son, everyone, and to those, like Mrs. Karen and all. Forgive me, I'll just be blunt. I'm so sorry about this. So, peace to everyone. And I'll just share that I knew Bob Knodell a little bit better than, I knew Mac Bahar pretty well, but I knew him a little bit better than Rob Steven. We had great conversations. I saw him at all the big conferences, but especially at the Denver conference and one of the Flattoberfest. I hung out with him quite a bit. And that letter I showed you right at the Denver conference early from the 1990s about flat earthism. I remember showing that to him, and he read it. We had an extended conversation, and he put up with me almost as good as you do. I had expressed, he was doing a lot of listening, and I expressed a lot of opinions, and he was there listening. He said, it's a place, I saw him on the news before the Denver conference, and he gave a great thing on CBS Denver, but he said it's a place you can come and say your opinions, and you won't have to worry about being shut out. And he was a man of his word. So that's all I got.
Well, thanks, Dennis. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dennis.
All right, you have a good safe drive home. Okay.
Will do.
All right. See you, man. Bye. I like how I called it, by the way, the Ted Summer meetup.
Well, I mean, kind of is.
No, I know, but I mean that's the theme. I'm probably gonna get a special Ted Summer T-shirt made up with.
I know. It's not the Flat Earth meetup. It's the Ted Summer meetup.
Exactly. I should get I should get a face on the shirt and say I'm with Ted. Oh my god.
He has a shirt that says Karen B's Bouncer.
Nice.
Some of the guys made for him at the last Flattoberfest. It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Love it.
Peanut says, make a modified Mark Sargent shirt. I am Mark Sargent and want Ted. I don't know. That seems too subtle. Okay, let's pick up 845. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it.
I want to say first, in honor of Bob, I'm not going to sing tonight.
Oh, all right.
What up? Hello.
Hey, man.
Very sad. Yes, sir. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Keep going.
I just wanted to say the first time, just talk about Bob a little bit. The first time I met him was at the FEIC 17. And I was walking through the lunchroom, and obviously, I mean, Bob's 6'5", right? I mean,
something like that.
Who he is. And I was like, hey, are you Bob from Glowbusters? And he's like, yeah. And him and Cammie sat down with me, and we talked for like an hour. It was awesome. He's just good like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say the one thing, it was probably Glowbusters 2016-ish, but he had talked about the electrical equipment you would need to send a signal 237,000 miles in 1969.
Yeah.
That the equipment would be the size of a fucking room. How did they take it up there? How did they call back?
Yep.
And I was like, oh, done. I'm done.
Yep.
That is it. Fuck those assholes. He finished it for me. It was perfect.
Yep. Absolutely right.
Yep. Yeah. Killed it. And I believe Seagram's in 7 was his fave. Everybody should have a drink for him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I do remember
Crazy.
him drinking that. Yeah, and now that you
7
say
and 7, really?
Mhm.
That's a cool
Yeah,
job.
yeah, definitely. And my condolences to Cammy and Jaron, everybody, just big loss.
Yep.
Oh, and fuck Red's rhetoric. What a douchebag cocksucker. I hope I meet him someday. Fucking punch him and throw him down a flight of stairs.
Out of context.
Oh, wait, I can't say that. No, I wouldn't do that. I would never do
Out of
that.
context. Same team. I don't know anything about the Reds rhetoric thing, so I honestly don't.
Douchey. They tried to say goodbye to Bob, and he still had to throw in his fucking cuntiness. Fuck him.
Gotcha. I mean, that's it.
I didn't even give
that's
those
all.
guys a listen. I don't give those guys any attention or energy ever.
I stumbled across it, the McToon thing. I was like, what is he doing?
They're
immediately
leeches.
I'm like, and yeah, totally. They're like, oh, we can get clicks. Fucking weasels.
Yeah, of course they're going to take advantage and get clicks because it's all they ever do is exploit flat earthers and and their content. Without us, they have nothing. They are nothing.
Yeah.
That's why when McToon tried to crash Strange World that one day, I gave him the double bird and hung up on him.
Yeah.
Because screw those people.
Yeah. Yeah, the trolls don't get to get in on this one. They don't. First off, it would be in completely bad taste, and second, look, you're trolls. So we don't like to talk to you normally. Don't talk to us when we're in this state of mind.
Right.
So,
right.
But yeah.
Hey, before I forget, I just want to ask everybody. I mean, a lot of people actually met my dad. He's going to have a surgery coming up, and it's kind of a 50-50 with what's going on. And just asking for everybody to pray for him. That's all. Like I said, a lot of people actually met him in Denver.
Oh, yeah, I met your dad. I remember meeting your dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's way cooler than I am. So.
Do you have any quotes?
No, just love Bob, love the community, everybody. Just try and get along. I guess I don't know, man. It's just shitty when somebody goes down. When I don't know. I don't even know how to fucking say it because it's just very fucked up and emotional to me. I mean, I'm sure everybody else, obviously, but yeah.
Again, his work will live on. He did a lot of content over the last 8 years. A lot.
And so much of his stuff, everything, and his voice, like I know, totally no homo, but I could listen to the man for hours. He could talk about millimeters and measurements of anything, and I was like, wow,
really, your
knowledge, the way it just poured out of him.
Yeah, Bob was really good. He was a very good speaker, and he did have a very nice speaking voice. And yeah, he was very easy to listen to for a long time without falling asleep. Like it was one of those people that he could talk for a long time, especially about geeky stuff, and you won't fall asleep. I know I listened to Bob for hours.
Totally.
Every Sunday.
Totally.
Yeah, and he was always enthusiastic.
church.
Always. Yeah, the Flat Earth Church.
Yeah, exactly.
Sunday service.
Yeah, for regularly for years.
For years.
Yeah. Yeah. And that stuff that stuff's all out there. If you want, look up Bob sometime. Look up Globebusters. Look up, some if you aren't familiar with him, if you're just new to this whole thing, he's got a big catalog. So check him out.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, and there was space coke in heavy metal, by the way. I don't know why.
Well, that was okay. The animated 1981 movie Heavy Metal, they did cocaine on a spaceship, but not to be confused.
I thought he literally said space coke. I don't know.
Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
In 2013, they did an AI movie with Scarlett Johansson, where the dude fell in love with like his Siri.
Oh yeah. That was Joaquin Phoenix.
I forgot about that.
The movie was called Her, and it's at least 10 years old. And back then, they couldn't do voice. They didn't have AI voice, so they just had Scarlett Johansson read the dialogue.
Right.
But now,
right. She just read the script.
You could pick any actress, and I mean Alexa, I think, is going to get much better real soon. I think they're already prepping for that because now you can pick.
The chat said, "Good night, Borg man."
Yeah, quick money maker, by the way, for any production teams out there. You want to make money? Pay actor or actresses to sample their voices and then sell it as a version of Alexa. You'll make a crap load of money because now they can just do it. They'll, all you have to do is take 3 minutes, 3 minutes of their dialogue. You can have whoever it is read stuff to you. I mean, I'm obviously going to pick Chris Hemsworth because, he's got that whole accent thing.
That's interesting. Yeah. Because back in 2002, sorry, couldn't even say the words. I remember hearing some spy shit about 9/11, and they were talking about this technology where they would listen for a couple minutes and then be able to say whatever they wanted.
Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
They had it.
I could have sworn that.
What is it now?
I mean, when I was listening to Karen's thing, when she was saying how much she loved me, I actually started tearing up.
Yeah, that was fake.
What?
I said that was fake AI.
The hell it was. It's real. I'm standing by it.
No,
we got to wrap this thing up.
Obviously, I'm joking.
I know.
Dude, wait, real quick. One more thing.
What?
He's right about, being on the radio. It does add a little gayness. You don't sound this queer in person.
Who, me?
Nothing. I'm crickets.
What?
What the?
I have never been. Seriously, I am not on nobody's gaydar. I can tell you that after all these years, no gay man has ever hit on me ever, and that's saying something. It's weird because I pretend to be gay sometimes, and it's like
that is weird.
Are you offended?
Kind of.
Yeah, right.
It's like really nothing. Not even a missed call. Nothing. Nobody's even done a flyby, a drive-by. It's like what? Yeah. Peanut Gallery says my soft hands alone should warrant me something, but no, it's fine. The gay community just ignores me. All right, fine. I'm not hurt. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. We'll be back next week, same flat time, same flat channel. Say good night, Karen.
Good night, Karen.
Say good night, Zulu.
Good night, Zulu.
And Peanut Gallery puffs 8 different smoke rings. All right. Karen, the outro music, please. Long live Bob Knodel. And
long live Bob Knodel. Shout out to Bob. We miss you, Bob.
Long live Bob Knodel.
Legend. The true legend.
Shout out to Bob.
He's doing podcasts in a different place now.
Yeah. All right.
He'll be first everywhere.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Hot sex.
Oh, I said hot sex. Oh, you want that kind of hot sex.
I was like waiting.
Hot sex on chatbot.
Hot sex. Oh my goodness.
Hotter sex. Yes, I am naked too.
Everything stars all over again. There's words for what you got, what you have, and what you'll ever need. There's love so many nights, so many nights, so many ways to believe.
Hello, Daisy. Hello,